Zabuza is a character that no one really talks about a whole lot, and for good reasons. Zabuza may have been the least creative villain from Kishimoto's writing point of view. I think he did a much better job with Orochimaru, and then going into the Akatsuki. Some of the Akatsuki members are better than others, obviously. You also have Madara and Obito later on, Pain, my personal favorite villain and character in Naruto, and going all the way back to Zabuza, he just didn't really have much of an impact. And I'm not saying if Zabuza had a backstory could really improve his character, because I don't really feel like Zabuza is a character you're supposed to really connect with like the other Naruto villains or get behind. He was a ninja who tried to kill his leader. He didn't know, but Obito was controlling the hidden mist village behind the scenes. So in a way, Zabuza could have done the actual right thing because he thought the village was not going in the right direction that it should, and he was trying to assassinate the Mizukage. So maybe thinking about it, Zabuza was trying to do the right thing. Maybe he was a hero because he was trying to save his village. We don't really know. All we know is that he didn't agree with what Yagura was doing, and he wanted to execute him. And that could have been explored more with a better backstory, except that we got Zabuza's backstory within small pieces of dialogue from Kakashi before he was about to kill him with the Chidori. All I'm saying is that Zabuza did well of what he served for his purpose. And we cannot ever forget the moment when Zabuza cried. A killer that killed so many people and had no heart and used Haku like a tool. He felt like he did Haku so wrong after Naruto talked to him so deeply. And what's really cool about this concept is that Zabuza didn't forgive himself. He even said, "I wish I could go where you are going, Haku, but I don't think I'm going there." And he even admitted that he's going to hell. That's where he belongs. It's sad, but it's a character who deeply understands that he messed up and he wants to take responsibility for that. By saying and admitting he doesn't believe he's going where Haku was going, and that's just depressing. And Kakashi on the other hand says, "You never know, Zabuza, we're not really the ones to judge that. You could go over there. You could join him. We're not the ones who can say that." And those little things like that made you care and love Zabuza at the very end. But besides all of that, Zabuza was a really great starter villain. This man brutally punched Sasuke, made him bleed. He made Team 7 fear him. Naruto and Sasuke talked about how they were going to become this one day, and they're basically very well talented of what they were able to do at getting level. But when they met Zabuza, they showed real fear. They didn't know what to do. And it shows and proves, even if you're from the Uchiha clan, even if you're a knucklehead kid that acts like he's brave and he can do anything, when you get to that situation, when you get to that specific moment, when you go to the real world of shinobi, you may die or you may hesitate, and Zabuza brought the perfect fear of what it means to be a shinobi. Naruto talked a big game about going out to the world, becoming a shinobi, becoming Hokage. He's going to do this. And when he got what he wanted, Naruto wanted to run. He wanted to leave. He was scared of Zabuza. And this is the great impact of what's to come in Naruto's world building, that shinobi like these are monsters. They exist, they kill, they rob, they torture. Zabuza was a brutal person, admitting when he was 12 years old at your age, I was already killing people. And again, it just brought more fear to them. And I think Zabuza did the concept very well, that Naruto can talk about a big game all he wants, but this is the real shinobi world out there. You're going to meet people stronger than him. You're going to meet people that are colder than him. And how brutal Zabuza was, and how he trapped Kakashi and beat Sasuke. Naruto was able to grow up during this moment. With the shadow clones involved, with the strategy, he finally decided to think about teamwork. Kakashi told him about teamwork during the bell test, and Sasuke was like, "Oh, you're finally thinking about teamwork, Naruto. Well, let's hear it." And it was great. And it really showed off that even if you're scared, you can still put the effort in and try to make that real difference in battle. Kakashi even admitted to Naruto that was a well planned. And it was also thanks to Sasuke that instantly knew that the Demon One Shuriken was Naruto, and he immediately got down to business with Naruto, and he knew instantly what he was supposed to do without any dialogue. Naruto and Sasuke relied on their intelligence and their trust in that moment without even talking a single word about what Naruto's plan was. When Sasuke touched that Demon One Shuriken, he was like, "Alright, I got you, man." And it was brilliant. Zabuza brought us some of the great moments at the very beginning of Naruto. And like I said, he was a brutal shinobi. He didn't hold back with anything. Also, to mention the amazing choreographed hand signs between Kakashi and Zabuza, and they both summon water dragon jutsus, and it was really cool to see Kakashi for the first time fighting and Zabuza giving Kakashi a hard time. And the way that Kakashi first introduced us to the Sharingan and Zabuza was catching on, he was like, what the hell is going on here? He's copying everything I'm doing. He's saying everything I'm doing. He's copying my movement. He summoned a water vortex before I was even going to do it. What the hell, Kakashi? It was so cool. Zabuza brought us some of the greatest moments at the very beginning of Naruto once again. And I have to thank him. Like, he really started off the series very well. It's sad that he's been forgotten over the years, but he definitely did the right job of setting up the world of Shinobi from Zabuza's point of view. That cold people like that are not afraid to kill kids, and they're not afraid to hold back with anything. And I think everything was executed very well. And of course, before I end the video, the way that Zabuza went out. He challenged Naruto about the Shinobi world, of how the system is and how Naruto didn't want to believe him. And Zabuza told Naruto, you do not understand how the Shinobi system works. I use Haku like Gato used me. Everyone in the Shinobi world uses each other as weapons and as tools. And Naruto did not want to accept that, and it was a great way for a great dialogue for Naruto to understand how the system really is in the Shinobi world. Like I said earlier, Naruto had no idea how the Shinobi system really is, and he got what he wanted. He got the experience. He got to go on a real ninja mission, and he's just shocked to find out this is what the world is outside of the Hidden Leaf Village, and I like that. And when Zabuza asked Naruto for his kunai to brutally destroy all of Gato's men and goes right for Gato himself, in the manga, Zabuza decapitates him. In the anime, he pretty much just tortures him, left and right with a kunai, stabbed him in the heart. And I actually like the anime version because Gato deserved to suffer because Zabuza really hated him, and Gato was responsible of how the Land of Waves became just pain and suffering, and people were poor, and he honestly had it coming, and Zabuza did him justice. And I love the dialogue from Steve Balloon in the dub in this moment. When he goes right up to Gato, Zabuza says, we're going to hell, Gato. That's where we're going. Oh, I would fit in there perfectly. I heard they have a lot of nice demons down there, all shapes and sizes. I would fit down there perfectly. On the other hand, Gato, you have a long, painful eternity. Then Zabuza just cuts him directly, and then they centered it in the anime, but it's pretty obvious Gato got his throat slit and then fell into the water. Then Zabuza tries to walk to Haku before he thinks he's about to die. He collapses, but before he collapses, he says, I'm sorry, Haku. I never once thanked you for anything. Forgive me for that. Then Zabuza asks Kakashi, please take me to Haku before I go. I want to see him one last time. Kakashi puts his headband down to cover his Sharingan just to only show the emotional other eye of Kakashi, that he's just like, I understand, Zabuza. I understand. And the snow happens, and then they die together, and the peaceful dialogue that Zabuza wishes he can go where Haku was going, and there's a chance he can. It was a great way to send off Zabuza. So my honest opinion, Zabuza had a great impact at the very beginning of Naruto. He really did what he served, but I feel like a lot of people would agree that the other villains that came after Zabuza just taught us more and gave us more depth, and we learned more from the other characters that Kishimoto gave to us. But I don't want to take away the very beginning of greatness that Zabuza gave us at the very beginning of OG Naruto. He served his purpose perfectly and right. Alright, I'm D-Lux, subscribe if you want, and stay ninja weight and have a good night. Bye.